You can look at books, study history, study anthropology, study migration patterns, study mitochondrial Eve. All that is valid and true.
Kind of like how Kyrie Irving had happened to him, where you have a moment where you're supporting a book, but apparently it's called antisemitism by your owner. We talked about this before, but like, what's your thoughts on Kyrie and his whole situation with this? Like, is he anti-Semitic? Because we just talked about Kanye and his statements. Is Kyrie Irving to the same level? Is it because again they're both the same word was used for both people?
You tell me. Do you think Kyrie's to the same level?
Well, I'm asking you first.
And given that, I just respond.
Answer a question with a question, boss.
No, because there's so many layers to this, dude. I will state, if Kanye West had not made that statement, the owner wouldn't have felt the need to put out a statement about what Kyrie put on his own personal Twitter page or whatever, wherever he put it up at.
This is just riding the coattails of Kanye West's situation.
In my opinion, yes, because from a political sphere in a corporate environment of being a leader and a CEO, you must maintain a level of decorum and respect for all parties that work within your organization.
Okay, and for the people out there who did not read, I'm just read off what he said real quick. He puts on his Twitter page, "I'm an omnist, and I meant no disrespect to anyone's religious beliefs. The anti-Semitic label that is being pushed on me is not justified and does not reflect the reality or truth I live in every day. I embrace and want to learn from all walks of life and religion." And the book that we are talking about, hold on, let me get there. Yeah, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. So that's the book we're talking about, and that was his response to the anti-Semitic comments. I just want to make sure I had that out there for people who didn't know.
No, here's my question. Anywhere at all, did Kyrie say anything about Jewish people in that tweet? Did he even put Jewish in the tweet?
He just put Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black People, the movie, and he's supporting it. That's all. Like, it was nothing like what Kanye West did. Nothing.
So again, we're talking about gravities of expression and gravities of response here. Kyrie Irving posts a link to a movie, an adaptation of a book, right? No words, nothing about
black support. They're saying the movie.
Let me finish. He puts up a book that has the word Hebrew in it. We all know there are ethnicities and there are religions. There are Black Jewish people. There are the Black Israelite movement. There are Hebrew Israelites. There are people from Amish sects that follows a little bit. I think somewhere in there's a little bit of Jewish and stuff in that group as well. There's religion, and then there's identity. For it to elevate to the point where the owner puts this label on an employee of his organization with no context about why the book is anti-Semitic, what points of the book or movie are anti-Semitic, is there a director involved that has made past statements that are about Jewish people disrespectful? I think it's just PR fonder to protect his organization and to be a leader speaking to an employee. The gravity of that situation, it is coattails of Kanye. If Kanye wouldn't have said what he said, the owner wouldn't have felt the need. If he knew Kyrie Irving's intent and truly cared about Kyrie as more than a person as opposed to an employee, that comment would not have came out without talking or allowing Kyrie to make a statement first.
Okay.
If he respected Kyrie Irving as more than an athlete.
Okay, so this is a slap in the face to Kyrie Irving then, because I feel like a lot of people are gonna
read the owner's statement. Do me a favor. Read the owner's statement for the audience.
I mean, he just basically said he doesn't condone him supporting that. Verbatim, he says, "Oh my gosh, why is it scroll all the way back up that page?" "I'm disappointed that Kyrie appears to support a film based on a book full of anti-Semitic disinformation. I want to sit down and make sure he understands this is hurtful to all of us. And as a man of faith, it is wrong to promote hate based on race, ethnicity, or religion." So, and like I said, I have not read the book or heard the movie at all. So I actually want to listen and read about it because I want to know if it is anti-Semitic, if it is misinformation. Because to your point earlier, you accused Kanye of misinforming the public as well. So if the book and movie come out to be like they are misinforming folk, does that change your mind a little bit? Are you now looking at Kyrie Irving and saying, "Whoa, like you're wrong"? Is he on the same level as Kanye?
There is no comparison in these levels for me, Troy, because it's a film. You know how many hands go into making a film, comparatively speaking, to a book? And the fact that I haven't read a book, I don't know the history of the book, context of the book, the tone of that response, three things stand out: disappointment in an employee for speaking his personal opinions, a man of faith, as if he's not a religious based Muslim that stands on his beliefs. The owner has shown more of his character in this than Kyrie has. If you were at your job and you say, "Hey, I really like the woman king," and somebody come out with a statement, you hate men or something like this. Same analogy, same prose structure. And as a faith, I don't think you would support a movie about the murder of people and taking over people's lands and villages. Your faith shouldn't allow you to do that. Again, back to what I said earlier, the need to interject yourself in somebody's belief systems or somebody's actions shows more about your character and your ego than it does about the true cause and the root problem.
Okay. So, long story short, what I'm hearing is this one is vastly different from Kanye's for you. And no matter if the document or if the book or movie is, I guess, misinforming folk, you still feel like Joe Tsai was disrespectful to Kyrie Irving and was throwing shade and slaps all across that message.
Absolutely, because to attack a man's faith, to then say I'm disappointed and I want to talk to you, when this is your employee, he's one of your premier players, you have his number, you know where he lives, you can do all this yourself if you're not focused on a power structure of communication.
Okay.
It takes a humanistic piece completely out of it. He's a human, you're a human. You can talk to your player, bro.
I was gonna say, like, I think he could have talked with Kyrie, but this was like the statement had to be made for the optics, for the public. Because I know if they don't make a stance, you're gonna start wondering, oh, what do the Nets make? Like, what are they thinking now? Oh, it's a shit show now. Like, at least here they landed on something, and there's not gonna be a question mark around the whole organization. Like, I'm not a big fan of how, we're like, oh, I'm disappointed in Kyrie Irving, because I mean, you're not his dad, and even if you're not
his father,
like, you're disappointed. You can say you don't agree with Kyrie Irving, and then when you say disinformation, I can't just say that and not say what was
provide context.
You know what I'm saying? Like elaborate, please.
What are the points?
So I highlight it, bullet it for me. Like, just let me know, just let the public know, because you're now doing something similar to what you're saying Kyrie Irving did, misinforming.
That's what I mean by PR fonder, Troy.
I was talking about Kyrie Irving and how you have all this drama that he's had years 1, 2, and 3 with the Nets. Now we're going to say going forward, oh, his brand is messed up. Now it's going to affect his paper a little bit, because you just saw how he was treating Jews, apparently. Like that. I don't like how this whole thing is kind of painted. Like I said, I do wish we had talked to Kyrie behind closed doors and adjust the wording a little bit.
They're building a villain, bro. At the end of the day, people writing, talking, or debating over a decision on the court or off that a player in a professional sport has made. Within that space, it loses context of the human element because it waters them down to these key incidents and actions. For my own benefit as a commentator or a organization that covers it, it removes the player, it removes the individual, it removes the identity of the person and who they are in their full spectrum of being. Branding, money, all of those things. I go to the comments that are made about a person by people who are his peers in his profession. Every other player that's ever commented on Kyrie Irving has said he's a good teammate, he's grown as a man, and if you know Kyrie, he's going to speak his mind and stand firm on what his beliefs are. His integrity is his driving core value. Why is there a need to attack this man's integrity? Because he doesn't think like you think.
And that's why I say I didn't like the disappointment part. You can
No, I don't
mention,
either. I
yeah,
don't either.
like you can mention you disagree, but I'm not gonna say, oh, Ron said this or Ron supported that. I'm so disappointed in him. I'm not gonna say that. You're not my kid. Like, and even if you
Exactly.
are my kid, I'm like, look, it might not have been something I did, but he went with it. I don't know what to tell you. You need to go talk to him. Tell him I said what's up, by the way. Like, that's I'm gonna actually just act. So I wish. I, long story short, it's not gonna go well for the Brooklyn Nets this season. That's what I'm trying to.
I agree, and I think what'll be a big tell is I think if we watch the sports commentary coming out on these major platforms and major networks that are huge, way bigger than Get a Bucket what we're doing here, if we watch them, I guarantee you will see more identity conversations around anti-Semitism, what it means to be Jewish, the Jewish and Black cultural dichotomy, how Black people view Jews, how Jews view Blacks. That'll be the entire. That'll be all the conversation. Instead of what is the film about? What is the book about? Can we speak to the director? Can we see what they view as the film?
I mean, to be honest with you, Kyrie did what he was supposed to do, which was promote this book, because it's getting so much promotion. Again, I'm not the biggest reader, ladies and gentlemen, and I actually am willing to listen to the Audible version. Like, I'm gonna listen to this Audible version. I promise you, because I'm listening for what's anti-Semitic in this book. Like, and then the movie too, I might have to look and say, all right, what? Because I don't know. So since Joe didn't want to let me know, I got to find out for myself. I hope people out there also taking that same method, because you don't want to just listen to everybody. Even if you listen to stuff that you hear on my shit, like, hey, bro, go double check it. I'm not perfect. I might be wrong.
Especially check the stats, because he be making mistakes.
That's crazy wrong. That's way off topic right there. That's
I'm messing with you, bro.
But like, no, like, you got to do your own due diligence, people. So I hope you guys are out doing that. And then if you find anything that we've said that was wrong, again, let us know, please. I'm not mad at it. I always like to be enlightened, educated. That's what we need to do as a people. That's how we get to that utopia, going back to that word. But